Oh boy, I hear the leaf blower.
Hey, the leaf blower friends are back.
I love them every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday, baby.
But it's episode 212 of the SuperMegaCast, so welcome everybody.
What's up, bitch? We in the 212.
We are.
And we are recording episode 212, so very exciting stuff. Ryan, you and I have been maybe playing a little Minecraft recently.
That is true, and we're going to play more tomorrow.
Yeah, we are.
Because now certain work days can be from home because that's where we record Minecraft, which people thought it would never happen.
Guess what? Minecraft series coming soon. We did the first episode. We're just waiting for it to be edited. We're doing more tomorrow, and it's gonna be a hoot and a holler.
Hopefully, maybe by the time this podcast comes out, we'll have the first episode out. Who knows?
Ooh, hey man, might have to.
I mean, on YouTube.
Yeah,
not Spotify,
services.
because that's Wednesdays.
We just shot another mail video. Shot a Q&A for Patreon.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. It's been goofing off all day.
It's been a good old day, and now we get to end it by recording the podcast and listening to yard work.
Two of my favorite things.
Yeah.
Listening to yard work while trying to record paying all the money to get the room soundproofed and then having that completely undercut by somebody right outside the window with a leaf blower.
Yeah. Well, we usually record the podcast on days when they're not, but we decided to record it early so we could spend most of the day, if not all the day tomorrow, recording Minecraft. So,
dude, I cannot wait to play. It's all day I've been thinking about just playing more Minecraft. I'm in a big Minecraft phase right now, so it's perfect timing to play it up for the channel. I cannot wait to sit down and mine and or craft.
It's a good old game.
It's the best game ever made.
Right now, my main obsession is still Sea of Thieves. Because I played it back in the day with Ding Dong and like some other friends, but a lot of people got out of it, and which led me to getting out of it. Plus, it didn't have that much content, and Microsoft was essentially doing the games as a service model for it. So Rare was making the game, but I guess they didn't like fully get to finish it in the way they wanted to. So
Rare
it was
made
yeah.
No.
So it was very bare bones in terms of the beginning. But there's been like 2 anniversary updates so far that have really fleshed out everything, and there's a whole lot more you can do. And every month there's a new update, regardless of if it's big or just small. But yeah, it's nice going out there on a boat, sailing the ocean blue, killing some megalodons, finding sometimes little ghost pirate ships will just breach the water from underneath.
Are there like randomly generated? Is it like randomly generated terrain or?
No, it's all the same. The Sea of Thieves, so it's all the same islands and ocean, but it's huge.
I would love to play that.
You can't easily just go boop, 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 and see everything. Like, I probably still haven't gone to every island yet.
Is it like treasure and shit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of missions. There's like bounty missions where you go and kill certain skeleton pirate captains to collect their skulls as bounties. There's treasure maps. There's riddles you can solve. There's
I love a good riddle.
Not tombs. I guess no. Vaults with a bunch of treasure in it. There's ghost captain ships for bounties you can also do.
I want to play it with you.
It's super fun. I'm always down to sail. It's just like one of those things where it's in a usual game, like if you're on a boat, it's just the same as if it's a car or something, turn left, right. Except for this one, you still have your wheel, but you need to make sure your sail is either down all the way and going in the direction of the wind.
So you need crewmates to help out.
Yeah, or I usually, not usually, but I like doing the sloop, which is a 1 to 2 man, just small, fast vessel compared to like the other ones.
What's that thing called? The crow's nest or whatever?
Yeah.
That would be
You just go up there and just look, just chill up there.
It's the easiest job. Just like, just go sit up there like, I don't see anything.
Or you could be a build rat. You could whenever we're being hit, I'm steering it and I'm firing cannonballs at the other team. You could be plugging up holes.
Ooh.
You could be firing on them too.
Damn.
It's fun. And
it looks really fun.
And there's not really progression, I would say. It's not, you level up, but it's not like you get stronger or you get different weapons. Every time you start the game, you start out essentially the same as you did every other time.
Is it round-based?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
So it's just like a session that you go into. It's the way of progression is you level up certain factions that you do missions for, and then you get better missions, and then which means better rewards, and the rewards are spent on cosmetics. So it's like I can deck out my ship or my pirate and these things to show off like, hey, look, I'm rich and I can buy all this shit.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's mainly just it feels nice just to hang out with friends in there.
Yeah.
I like it.
In a world where you can all be pirates.
This morning before I came here, I chased after and sunk a skeleton sloop.
Nice, man.
I know, and there was a lot of
here.
booty, but I had to get to work on time, so someone in that server gets to enjoy some bounty skulls. They get to enjoy an ashen chest, which I had to leave. Which you can only
yo, you should just hit me up and been like, yo,
key.
dude, I got to get a little bit of loot real quick.
Okay. I'll make sure I'll do that for now.
I remember when I was a kid, I don't remember what they were called, but it was this, it wasn't a trading card. It was like kind of like a credit card type piece of thing, and it would come in a packet like trading cards, and there'd be a couple of them. And there were punch out pieces, and you'd punch pieces out, and you could build like a 3D ship out of each card.
Like a pirate ship?
Yeah, like it was different pirate ships and stuff that you would punch the little plastic pieces out, and then you could like assemble it. And it was so cool, and I just reminded me of that. And does anyone remember those? Because I feel like
I wonder if Kelly would have done it. Anything, because she loves pirates.
I gotta look that up, man, because I loved those.
Kelly loves her some fucking pirates.
She does love pirates. She's a foolish captain.
Yeah, she purposely like won't put on deodorant or shower or brush her teeth just to kind of like get
emulate
in the
the
exactly
life of a pirate.
Which she's all the way in Canada, so it's not like we're hanging out in a group.
Well,
so I don't have to like put up with it.
She's French Canadian, and that's how the French just are.
Yeah. So
that's definitely the French side of the French Canadian coming out. They don't shave, they don't bathe, they don't brush their teeth or anything like that.
It's actually pretty fun. She has not a lot of people know this. I'm not sure she's too self-conscious about it. It's just not something that I ever brought up. But she has a 6th toe, and she calls it her lucky peg leg, which I find kind of odd. But
I heard her mention that. I didn't know it was actually okay, cool.
Yeah, but it's just a little tiny.
I haven't seen it.
Well, she hasn't shown off her feet to us, but
not yet, of course.
You know, she was staying at my place with Justin, and so it's like we'd all get up in the morning. We'd all be wearing our tunics, because if you stay with me in the mornings, you have to wear your tunics, and then you upgrade through lunch and dinner time.
Yes,
but
I love sleeping over for that reason.
Yeah,
it's fun, man. Did you still do the prayer 5 times a day when they were staying?
Well, I might have had to make it 7 since they were guests.
Nice.
From a different state, one from a different country.
Now, did you make Justin, because you have to wash your hands and face before prayer, and I know Justin's very against that stuff. Did he do it before the prayer?
We made a deal, and I said, as long as you wash the like soot and grime and food out of your goatee, then I'll be fine. You don't have to wash your whole face. Just
kind of around
get the crumbs, all the little bits out of where you're speaking from, so you can show God some respect with those lips of yours.
That's fair. I'm sure Allah appreciated that.
But 100%, being real right here, Sea of Thieves is one of those games, much like apparently No Man's Sky, where at the beginning a lot of people played it, got bored with it, and left, and then it's only the people who stuck with it or are coming back now that are like, oh, this is great. I'm having so much fun. Because I just go out sometimes on my own just to sail, just to like, I'll be listening to a podcast and I'll be like, I'll just give myself some busy work. So
SuperMegaCast?
Well, I have to listen to 50% of the episodes regardless.
That's true, because we edit the
twice. Because we record them and I hear it when we're talking. And then I have to listen to it again later on in double speed.
For the people that brag, oh, I've listened to every episode. It's 8 days worth of episodes. We've had to do it twice, y'all.
Yeah.
I never thought about that, because we had to be here for the recording session and then listen back to it.
We have to create the audio waveforms that the podcast turns into.
They have to come out of our vocal cords. They have to.
One more thing before we get off topic. I just wanted to thank foolish Captain Kia, or Captain Kiakis, for being a good sloop partner and for always being down to play. Justin's always down to play too, but Justin does this every time we try to get him on. He goes, all right, and he ends up having fun, but sometimes it's a struggle getting him to play pirates with us.
It's probably because he's so busy, dude. He's been painting his nails recently, doing the different pictures.
I can picture that's actually why he's not joining, because he's like busy painting his nails. Like, please join us with pirates, and he's like thinking about having his nails to drive. Oh,
Give me a second.
right.
I didn't realize how long nail polish lasts. I painted my pinky black like 3 weeks ago, and it's still.
So I have to do another shout out for those. Kelly streams Sea of Thieves, and I was actually on a recent stream of hers. Go follow Kelly's Twitch and Twitter, but I'm talking about the Twitch right now because she streams every now and then. It's just nice chill time. She usually streams with her friends, or she'll stream herself doing art.
Ooh,
doing some
I love
work.
art streams. I love art.
Very
streams.
relaxing.
Can you stream on Twitch just you reading like a book out loud?
Yeah.
Ooh.
You can stream anything on Twitch except for porn.
Because remember,
I want a fully inclusive platform where there's porn and then there's also
the problem is the porn always overshines
That is
everything
true.
else. Like for
it would
instance,
just be more porn than anything else.
right, because like technically people make OnlyFans for non-porn or non-sexual stuff, but
Well, even look
it's
at
always only going to be known as that.
even look at TikTok. Like porn's not allowed on TikTok, but I would say a majority of the shit that's uploaded to TikTok is sexual in nature in some way.
Definitely,
Whether
yeah.
it be the verbal content spewed or the visual. There was this recent, I don't know how often you get on TikTok. I get on multiple times
I just
every day.
actually started going on it because I've been on it before, but
I've seen that recent trend where it's like, doo doo doo. It's like the girl and then she goes down and then her ass is up or whatever. It's like this big trend.
I haven't been on it enough to catch on to trends yet.
Okay.
But
there's a lot of trends that are just purely sexual and that's all they are. And then the girl will like, after they look sexual, they'll be like, oh my God, like cover their mouth and be like, this is so
Dude,
embarrassing.
I hate the people on TikTok that do the really emotive faces, like the
I had to, okay.
like it's like
I have a
the worst of
confession.
theater kids.
I have a confession. You know, I guess all the power to her, not really, because I don't find her entertaining. And so I don't have to show her any respect because I've never met her in person. But Bella Porch is her name, right? The one who does all those faces, who acts.
All you had to do was this, and I know what you're talking
who
about.
acts like a fucking 5-year-old.
Yeah,
and all
yes,
these
she looks like a
goddamn
like
men are just like, I'm so attracted
She's
to a
so
grown
hot.
woman who's been in the military and
She's been in the military. All right,
yeah,
she's
she was
hot
in
to
the
me
she was in
now.
the Navy or something.
Yo, I love a bitch who's been in the military.
But I
I'll
had
tell
to
you what.
block her because I was tired of seeing her ass on my For You page.
I
'Cause she
saw-
would just show up.
I told you. I think I texted you like yesterday, 2 days ago. I got on TikTok. First video I saw was her, and I watched it all the way through. And it was yesterday, and it was a song that my friend actually made, which she didn't even credit. It just said original sound at the bottom.
Okay.
And my friend was like, "What the hell? The TikTok has so many views, and my song's not even credited." But I watched it once, just the.
She like does her
And
nose.
I was like,
Look,
nope.
If she wants
nope.
to act like a fucking baby, she can cry about anything. She can just go cry like a baby. If
She's
if her-
gonna
if her
roast
little
us now.
feelings
She's gonna
get hurt.
fucking roast, and she's in the military, man. She's gonna get the fucking
Was.
United States.
Was.
Yeah, but she has connections, man. And we're talking shit right now, and she's gonna get the fucking United States Coast Guard and Navy on her ass
I just don't understand why she's acting like a prepubescent child.
because it gets her fame. Because probably money.
Why is that popular? Why is that a popular aesthetic?
I guess
Not going as far as Little Space, because I'm not going to say it's Little Space, but it's edging towards Little Space type shit. You know what Little Space is, right?
No.
Okay, Little Space is, there's this BBC or some documentary on YouTube, like not documentary, a show that had a small snippet. You know, they share small snippets of shows to get you interested, and this is a snippet of a particular show about Little Space, or not the whole show. This particular segment was about Little Space, and Little Space is when you'll have someone be the dom, so like more of a fatherly figure, and then you'll literally have someone who, these people are, let's say, are in their 20s, right? And the other person will act legitimately like a toddler, will talk like a toddler, will play with toys like a
as
toddler.
like a sexual thing.
They say it's not sexual because it's just like something they like. Like, for instance, there was footage of him taking her to the park and pushing her on the swing, and she's like, I'm having so much fun.
Oh, there's a
like-
My Strange Addiction was someone like that they're like
Yeah.
a baby. Yeah.
And so it's around that because you know that follows them into the bedroom, which
It's not like they get in the bedroom and it's like, all right, I'm grown now. Let's have sex.
because they're both adults, so it's not illegal. It's just very fucking weird.
It's weird. It's very it's a weird blurred line, and it's also I feel like the people that no shade, but I feel like the people that do that, I feel like there had to have been some sort of trauma or something to like, make that click the way it does, because that's not something that most people are doing. It's very like acting like a baby as an adult. Like,
then there's also, think about the other person on the other side of the relationship that likes to be with someone who acts like a child.
Yeah, that is weird. That's really weird.
Like, I don't have the inclination to want to go out and hang out with a bunch of middle schoolers and high schoolers.
See, when I have that feeling, I just go hang out with children. I don't get an adult to pretend. I'll just go hang out with a child and have a great time. But yeah, but it's weird. That's weird.
Yeah, Bella Porch definitely crossing that line, just acting like a kid because she knows that weirdos and grown men and just for some reason, I guess, just the populace in general love it.
Belle Delphine looks super young. You know, like
she used to have braces, so she used to really dig into that. She doesn't have braces anymore, so I'm sure she's probably doing well, but I'm sure she's floundering with that demographic.
They're like, where's the braces? God damn it.
God fucking damn.
I'm pretty sure the guy that made that, there was a long time ago, there was that subreddit Jailbait, and I'm pretty sure that guy went to jail. The guy that made it, like moderated it.
Isn't
and
it
stuff.
banned?
It's banned. It's been banned. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a thing on TV about it, actually. Recently, or not recently, but so I found out about it a couple years ago. As I saw,
what other subreddits have gone under? The Donald went under.
Rest in power, boys.
Watch People Die went under, which is that's one that I actually went to every now and then. I found it interesting. I know you. People are like, you shouldn't be watching that stuff. It does things to the mind. Well, I'm like, I don't know. For me, it's like this is real life. This is what happens in real life. Like I never wanna believe the facade in which I'm in, you know what I mean?
Well, everybody to a degree has a morbid curiosity, right? Because like everyone's curious about death.
Well, it helps me stay grounded. It's like this shit happens. Like throughout most people's lives, unless they've been in some sort of tragedy, they go throughout it and they're just kind of like, oh, this stuff will never happen to me. It sucks that it happened to that person.
I wonder what the attraction is though to wanting to look at like the curiosity of wanting to look at brutal things like gore or videos of incidents, because I mean it's like I've done the same thing, and pretty much every guy I know has, and it seems to be mainly a guy thing, but
I try to stay away from like beheadings or cartel videos. Like I like the videos that I usually watch are like where the car accidents, or like if a tree just falls and lands on someone.
I can't watch anything torture or like
anything that has
with
an
torture,
animal in
kids
it.
Or animals. No, can't.
No animals.
Kids too. I can't. Nothing with kids.
I did see one with I guess he was a kid, maybe a high school, college student, so maybe not a kid in terms of whatever your definition of a kid is, but a young adult just killed himself in front of his parents. Ugh. Because they were, I guess it was like one of those, well, fuck you, because they were yelling at him probably for something, and then he was like,
damn.
And then he did it.
Yeah, I wonder what that is though, like the weird kind of morbid curiosity, and like why we have that. The internet has definitely
because life is curious, Matt.
The
life
internet
is curious.
It's a curious thing. I'm pretty desensitized at this point, just being on. I think a lot of people are just being on the internet for over a decade and stuff. You just become desensitized.
It's the same argument with, like, I guess, video games, right? If you see violence in video games, it's going to desensitize you to violence in video games, or to gore in video games, just like in a movie. If you watch a lot of gore movies, you're going to be desensitized to that violence. But there's a clear step, because if you saw that before you in real life,
oh my God, yeah,
you're not desensitized then.
No.
It's viewing it through a screen and not taking a part of it, in which you can kind
it
of
gives
become
you like a sense of control over it.
Yeah.
And like there's a separation between you and what's happening.
But like when people try to say that like violence in video games leads to violence in like real life, I tend to usually was that person just into video games and they also happen to be a violent person? Like, did they also read books? Are we gonna blame books for mass shootings and shit? Like everything that this person does, are we just gonna blame? Like
I blame those South Park boys. I saw a video like a compilation after Columbine of just like politicians blaming things, and it's like, South Park, that Doom video game.
Yeah,
I say it's those. Well, the Columbine kids did recreate maps of their high school in Doom.
Well, that had nothing to do with it being
take
a
Doom
video
off the
game.
shelves.
Like they would have found another avenue.
No,
to
I know it
express
has nothing to do. Like Doom was not
thoughts.
It's not like they were perfectly sound humans, played Doom, and were like, wait a second, we should kill everyone at our high school.
Wait, video games aren't bad. It's the people that are bad. Just like how guns aren't bad. It's the people that are bad, Matt. Give me more guns. I want guns.
I do want a gun.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want a little pistol. It's fun to shoot.
A little pistol?
I want one of the little like pimp pistols I can put in my like garter. I can wear a garter and just whoop, like have it in my like ankle area and hike my pants up and spin it around on my finger and then bah, bah, bah.
I'd get a sawed-off shotgun.
Yeah, let it spray.
I'd get a sawed-off elephant shotgun.
Like made of ivory?
Yeah. No, I'd have like a tusk on it so I could like stab people. Like I stab people and then I fucking blow their stomach out.
Nice.
So like I hook into them and then like in Doom.
I never played Doom.
See, you're thinking of violent real-life situations that was developed by playing the new Doom video game, Ryan.
Yeah. See, Ryan? See? Right there, man.
Yeah, but catch me actually doing it and then we can talk. Well, we won't talk. I hopefully will be on death row.
Why are you saying we?
Huh?
You're saying
because we are talking about it.
You said we'll be on death row.
Oh, did
I'm not killing.
Oh, I'm sorry, Matt.
I'll
I didn't mean that was just a misspeak. You don't have to look too deep into it.
Well, I'll let you know if you went to court for murder, I would come to your aid and I would say,
could you volunteer to do my sentence for me?
Yes.
Okay.
Some of it. What if people could do that? Just be like, he'll do the sentence for him.
Wasn't there like a thing in Breaking Bad where Saul got like people to do jail sentences?
Well, it
was like a case of mixed eye. Like they just were like, you're going to go to jail as this person.
Yeah, because then they stop investigating because they think that they got Heisenberg.
Yeah.
Every now and then I'll have a dream about Breaking Bad where I'm watching like the final episode, but it's different from like what actually happened, and it sucks every time. And I'm like, man, this sucks. They ruined the show. I'm gonna wake up and I'm like, oh, thank God. I will say, I think the final season of Breaking Bad is very, very good. I just feel like the storyline with the neo-Nazis kind of came out of left field, and then the whole ending of the show revolved around that.
The last season was very... Not the whole last season, but I'd say the latter half of the final season felt very rushed. Because I thought a whole half of the season was going to take place when he was in the snow.
Yeah, I did too.
All that shit. Like I thought actually before that, because you remember the flashback shown with a beard or whatever. There was a flashback where you see him with a beard. And I thought there was going to be a whole season around that specific point in time. But it was only like, what, 2 episodes?
Not
or
even.
Just 8 episodes?
It was the finale? Yeah, just the finale. And also, when they shot that originally, like the diner with the beard and the gun in his car, they had no idea what it was. They were just like, we're just going to do this and fill it in later. I wish that more of, big spoilers for Breaking Bad real quick, so skip ahead if you don't want to hear this. I wish that, just going back to the root of the show, I wish that the ending of the show had pivoted more around Walt versus Hank.
Yeah. I mean, there was a huge component of that, but the intensity of it, the intensity of that dilemma wasn't really kicked up until the last half of the last season, or just the last season in general, where Jesse gets involved. Because until he sits on that shitter and figures it out, he really doesn't have that much of a. There's constantly, they're having conversations like, "Huh, you got me." He's like, "Could you imagine, Willy Wonka?"
Woodrow Wilson. Brent Lilly. Dude, that was good though. I remember I watched on TV at the moment he like looks at the book and like looks up and realizes, and it cuts to the end. I was like, I can't wait a fucking year.
And we did.
And then good. Better Call Saul. We're gonna have to wait 2 years.
In the first episode back, he fucking punches that dude in the face. Hank punches Walt in the face.
Oh yeah.
He goes over to the.
That scene is so good. Where they're in the garage. That scene was fucking good.
It's like, if you truly don't, if what you are saying is true, if you truly do not know who I am, then maybe your best course of action would be to tread lightly. It's like, beautiful. The writing, the performance.
Fucking excellent show. The final season of Breaking Bad is just, I get chills, man. It's incredible. You guys can go ahead and tick that off your bingo boards.
I want to watch The Sopranos.
I watched the first episode of Sopranos. I really liked it because it's what, like, regarded as like the best show ever or something.
I have no interest in The Wire though for some reason.
I've watched part of the first season. It didn't catch me that, but I was also in high school, so maybe I watched
24.
I never watched 24,
Neither
but I
have
had my friend's parents watched it, and every time I'd be over at their house, it'd be playing. Oh, fuck. Oh, that scared me.
Right?
Ryan just picked up the prop gun and fired it at me a bunch, and wow, that made me get sweaty on my head, on my forehead.
You better pray that we're cucks and we don't own real guns.
Because that would happen. And then
Yeah.
you'd watch my head explode right in front of you.
Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. Sometimes I get in my head and I'm just like, we're just having a conversation and people have been listening to this for a long time. Thank you, whoever's fucking kept up with this podcast.
Yes.
I don't honestly know why, because as I've said time and time again, I would not necessarily watch myself. So I don't understand why people watch. You know, it's that whole dilemma.
Well, it's the weird thing is like, you know, we're 212 episodes in, and I'm like, why are they still listening to us talk? Because like in my mind, like we're just having regular conversation and it's nothing groundbreaking and it's
No.
nothing that entertaining.
Maybe it's just something to fill in the time. Like
it's just we're just talking to each other. Like it's like we're not even like cracking a ton of jokes or like
we're not talking about the
deep
most
topics.
topical shit.
Yeah, we're just kind of just like talking whatever fucking shit comes up on our mind, and it's surprising how many people are still downloading and listening, and we honestly, like, I wish that we could show it more, because there's a disconnect between viewer and creator, but I wish that we could show it more how much, like, without sounding like a
good
fake
disconnect,
or a broken record.
I think, is healthy, personally.
Oh, definitely. But we fucking appreciate all the support and all the people that still listen. Like, we got email stats the other day, and I'm just blown away at how many people
You were
still,
telling me. I was
still
like,
listening.
No, was that per episode you were talking about? That many downloads per episode?
Day.
Per day?
Not per episode, per day.
Holy.
And those are on the older episodes, they said.
Really?
Yeah. So people are listening. It's really crazy that any given moment your voice and your thoughts are in someone else's
I
head.
can't wait for it to be turned against me someday.
Can
It already has. People are already tweeting shit every now and then where it's like, we're going to try to cancel you.
Oh yeah. I mean, like I made jokes earlier in early SuperMega on Oni Plays where it's things I wish I'd never said, and every
Yeah.
now and then I'll see someone on Twitter like, so why'd you say this? You're done for. And it's like
You said this 6 years ago
I
before you even
apologize.
moved to California
no, it's just like
and matured as a person?
I said some dumb shit when I was like 21.
We still say stupid shit.
And I apologize if it hurt anybody. It was not my intention.
Our
It was
intention
dumb
is never
jokes.
to hurt anybody's feelings.
Jokes that at the
We
time
got-
feel like they're acceptable and then in retrospect are not.
Yeah, I mean, you get caught up in the like, let's be outrageous and be funny, and you think, part of it's like, oh, it's satire. And while I do stand by satire being a very good form of comedy and that we tend to fall on a lot, I do see how in the past it can be viewed as a crutch for us.
Definitely.
And we used it when it wasn't necessary, or we just used it for shock value, or we just flippantly would say things that probably shouldn't be said,
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I feel like we've gotten better with it, where we're better people than we were, as long as we're continuing to catch ourselves and to
Because we've gone from
and
fucking
to learn,
we started SuperMega when I was 19. I'm 24 now, so that's a big fucking difference. So
You started when I
definitely
was
early
21,
on, yeah,
I'm
and now you're
26.
26. So early on, I definitely we made a lot more edgy jokes, and also like the landscape was a little different back then.
You and I, we're not from. If we were from California, you bet your ass we'd probably be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and not as edgy. Who knows? Actually, I don't know.
The landscape was a little different back then. It was kind of on the tail end of when that kind of like really edgy.
Yeah, the Newgrounds
Newgrounds kind of
opening YouTube phase. Like, think of like the shit Shane Dawson did, and like people are like canceling him now about it. But let's not forget that millions of people supported him, and like I'm not talking about these monsters supported him. Like I watched him.
I did
and, like
too
I didn't
back
think
then.
anything of it. It's just like.
Comedy definitely shifted. It's become a lot more.
Yeah, but he gets punished and none of his fans get punished for it. In retrospect, his fans can change as people and then condemn it, but he can never change as a person.
Yeah, yeah,
But he has been also pretty.
yeah. I mean, like, there's always
Do you
going to be.
think he said worse stuff than us? I think so.
Oh yes, yes, he has. We've said some bad stuff, but he said some really.
We've
bad
said
stuff.
regrettable stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Like edgy jokes that I'm like, oh well, that's on the internet forever.
Sorry if you're offended, libtards.
Yeah, sorry, cucks. We said it. So what?
Why do I? This is just
Playing with the gun.
I gotta throw it away. I gotta buy myself a fake gun so I can scare my neighbors with it. Like I'm getting groceries and then it just falls out of the back of my... Oops!
My glizzy.
Dude, I love glizzies, dude.
Glizzy is such a good term.
JK, I love burgers more.
Well, glizzy means gun and hot dog.
And dick.
Oh, yeah, it means all three. That's a great fucking word. All three things. Gun, hot dog, and dick.
There's a glizzy skin in Fortnite.
Is it called glizzy?
No.
Oh.
But
Man.
dude, I can wear his sunglasses and a backwards hat.
Ooh, oh, yeah.
And there's a glizzy skin in what is it called? Fall Guys? Yeah.
Dude, sometimes I'll be in the kitchen making a couple glizzies and Carson will walk in and be like, yo, you making glizzies?
Do you make glizzies at home?
I do make glizzies at home. It's an easy, quick little, like, let's say I'm working on something in my room, I'm kind of hungry, I don't want to order food, I don't feel like cooking a meal. It's like, pop a glizzy in the microwave, throw it in a bun, get some relish, some mustard, some ketchup. My hunger is satiated, and I got the delicious taste of glizzy in my mouth.
Here's something you can add next time, maybe. And this is, maybe you can add some spicy mustard.
Spicy mustard.
Some spicy mustard, and then put some crushed chips on that shit, and as well as some pickled carrot sticks, some nice vinegar. It's
I tried that at your house.
Yeah, I made a bunch of. It's because it's from Queer Eye, and
it's good.
It's the episode where they did the fireman's. I guess the firehouse, and they just made a bunch of. Anthony made 3 different kinds of wonderful hot dogs that I think are very delicious.
I would have never thought of. Okay, here's the thing, right? We've talked about this before. When Anthony makes that, it's seen as like this, like kind of like, ooh, like intricate little recipe.
Yeah.
If you or I made that and came up with it, it'd be like, what the fuck are you
just
doing?
made a bunch of junk food.
Just putting chips and carrots on a hot dog?
Yeah,
right?
we
It's
are.
like on it, like whoever makes the food, like the food itself is subjective based on who made it. Where you going? What's wrong?
I'm gonna go take a shit, but enjoy some ads while I do.
Okay.
You know all the things we'd love to do for ourselves but haven't done it for whatever reason? For me, I always wanted straighter teeth and a better smile. Well, I'm done putting it off. And thanks to Candid, straightening my teeth is simpler, easier, and more comfortable than ever.
Candid clear aligners are comfortable, removable, and practically invisible, unlike wire braces, so you can transform your smile without anyone noticing. Plus, your treatment is prescribed and monitored remotely by a licensed orthodontist who's an expert in tooth movement. And it's all done from the comfort and convenience of your own home.
Candid only works with orthodontists, never general dentists like other companies. Plus, your supervising orthodontist will be with you every step of the way, baby.
With Candid, your treatment includes remote monitoring by the same orthodontist who created your plan, so you never have to wonder how you're doing. You'll always know. And I love that. The average Candid treatment is just 6 months. You'll start seeing results way before then, too, and it costs thousands less than braces. I have my snaggletooth, and Candid said I could try it out, so I'm going to soon be trying this out, see if I can fix this little snaggletooth of mine. Very excited.
Start straightening your teeth today. Right now, all our listeners can save $75 on Candid Starter Kit. Go to candidco.com/super and use code SUPER. That's candidco.com/super. Code SUPER.
Take advantage of this limited time offer to save $75 on your starter kit. candidco.com/super. Code
SUPER.
I've told you I've been using Amazon Music for a while. It's been amazing from the start, but it just got better. Why's that, Ryan?
Well, as a part of Prime Day, Prime members can get 4 months of Amazon Music Unlimited for just 99 cents. That's access to 60 million songs on demand and ad-free for less than $1. You can play the songs you want when you want.
Just want to stream free? Amazon Music still has over 1 million podcast episodes at no charge, along with thousands of stations and top playlists. And it's the only place you can hear the first one from DJ Khaled.
Matt and I use Amazon Music to host DJ Khaled DJ nights, where all of our friends pick out our favorite DJ Khaled playlists and go to town DJing as we make sandwiches.
So much fun. And you can even get our podcast on Amazon. You can get pretty much any song on Amazon Music.
You're gonna love Amazon Music Unlimited too. Get your Prime Day deal. For a limited time, Prime members can get 4 months of Amazon Music Unlimited for just 99 cents. Go to amazon.com/SuperMega. That's amazon.com/SuperMega for your Prime Day deal on Amazon Music.
New subscribers only. Renews automatically. Cancel anytime. Offer ends October 14th. Terms apply. Good ads, man.
Yeah.
Really good.
I'm sure there'll be more.
Really, really
JK,
good.
We only have one this episode.
Yeah. I think so.
So it's just, yeah, we'll see.
Just one ad. We're treating you guys to something nice.
Yeah.
Special occasion.
Last episode had 5.
And then 2 at the end, apparently, on Spotify.
Yeah.
We don't put those in, by the way, guys. So those were put in after the fact by Spotify or by
Spotify,
somebody.
By the
agency.
By our agency. Because sometimes people buy, but at the end of the day, that's after the podcast is already done. So y'all can just click off of it.
We do appreciate
it's not, at least it's not getting in the way, you know?
We appreciate being patient with us doing like 4 or 5 ad reads per episode. We'll always try to make them fun. You can always skip them if you want to.
True.
But it helps support the podcast. It keeps the lights on here at the Super Megaplex.
You might find out about a product that you look up and you might actually like.
I will actually say most of the stuff is pretty cool. Yeah. All of it is really cool.
All of it.
But yeah, man, there's a big fire. Big chocolate cake. There's a huge fire. I don't know which direction it is, but it's. I saw it on my way here. Huge. Like,
is it spreading?
It's like a massive pillar of smoke that just goes way up into the sky.
How do you know your house is going to be okay?
It's very far from my house. Okay. It's like 19 miles.
Like you said, there was a fire near your house.
Oh, that's another one that I just got a notification saying there's a fire near my house, like a small like structure fire.
Okay.
I mean, have you ever watched a building burn down? One time in Glendale, I saw a fire down the street. So I just walked down the street and this warehouse was just like up in flames. And a bunch of people came out and watched it. And we just stood as close as you could before the firefighters blocked off. And I just watched it burn down.
Did you feel the heat?
No.
No?
It was the fire was mainly like inside the building. It wasn't really outside. Just a lot of smoke pouring out. And yeah, a very interesting experience. I did. Fire is scary in the sense of how quickly it can just consume and just take over. Like,
so when fire burns shit into ash, some of the ash is still, but some of it goes into the air, because like that smoke is from the fire burning shit.
The smoke is particles from it, I think, just going up, right?
But like, is it like particles of the stuff that was burned, right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I wonder. Wait, what is fire? Like what
energy?
Is it? And also, is it a? Wait, how does it burn things though? Is it just like intense energy that then when it comes in contact with something, the energy is so strong it breaks it down, I guess?
Yeah. Fire's just hot, man. But you're saying at the like molecular.
I've never thought about what is fire, because like when I light a candle, I can look at that little flame and it's so cool. But I'm like, what state of matter is that? It's not a gas.
What is fire, huh?
What is fire?
It's Siri, not solid.
Siri, what's fire? Is it plasma? Fire is the rapid oxidation of a material in the exothermic chemical process of combustion, releasing heat, light, and various reaction products. Fire is hot because the conversion of, I'd say I'll just leave it there, but I guess it's something to do with oxidation. But do you ever like light things on fire as a kid for fun?
Yeah. Like I remember when I was young, I would like in the bathroom, I would light toilet paper on fire and then throw it into the toilet afterwards.
But there's that part of you that always kind of like hold on to it just for a little longer.
Yeah,
see how
you
big
hold
it would
on
get.
a little, just until you're like, ooh,
like ooh. It's exciting. I would. So my next
houses are burnt down. Too.
That is how houses are burnt down. My next door neighbor, when I was growing up, they were out of town because they were out of town most of the year, and I was in their yard, and they had like a big bed of pine straw. And I remember I had a lighter, and I was like, I'm just going to light a little bit and just watch it just burn for a second, just see how fast it spreads.
It's dry.
I light it.
So it goes.
And it goes.
Oh, I'm sure.
Quick. And I started freaking the fuck out, and I'm stomping on it because I'm like, could burn down my neighbor's house, could burn down my house. I'm going to get in trouble. I'm going to be so fucked. I stomped on it a bunch and like kicked it all around. But god damn it, dude, there's no worse panic than the panic of seeing a fire start spreading that you started.
It's because it was just dry shit. It was pine needles, right?
Yeah, it was pine needles.
The same thing happens if you use a bunch of dead, dry leaves. It'll produce a bunch of smoke and it'll burn really quickly, but you're not gonna get a decent fire out.
Yeah. Like if you make a campfire out of like leaves and pine needles, it'll go and then it's gone.
You can use leaves and pine needles and then like kind of have that and then build like a kind of a cone of wood above it, so you can use it as the starting of a fire, the kindling for a fire.
Fire making level 99 over here. You are a fire making expert.
When we went out to Australia,
I was impressed.
Thanks, man.
You were on it, man. When we were camping in Australia with Max and Chad, Ryan was fucking just. He was on that fucking fire.
You have to tend to a fire, or else it's gonna go out, and then you have to start from scratch again.
You had your little lamp on your forehead, the little like flashlight.
The only
headband.
other person that was manning the fire was Chad, but he kept on putting like Chad. I guess
he was insistent on his method, and you were like, "No, Chad, that's wrong." And he's like, "No, bro, it's right." And then his method was wrong, and then yours was amazing.
His method was literally putting a giant log and then setting it up, like trying to set it on fire so it would burn. It's like, I don't know. Try to light a whole tree on like a tree trunk on fire.
He made
with one lighter.
He made the little stack of like kindling and lit that, but then just put a big ass like 60-pound log on top. He's like, "It'll catch, bro. It'll catch."
And I'm sure in his head it's just kind of like in video games like Minecraft and other things, you know, it's the more wood you have, the more fire you can create.
It'll catch, bro. I remember that exact saying. You kept being like, "Chad, you need." He's like, "Bro, it'll catch, bro."
Didn't I actually just wait till it went out and I had to start from scratch and build the fire again? Yeah, because I was like, I'm just gonna let him do it.
God, I miss the woods in Australia were so like the air was so cool and fresh.
Oh, yeah,
remember waking up in the morning and like going for a walk in the woods in Australia, and the woods, just the air was just the crispest, like cleanest air I've ever felt.
Some good air. You can find air like that here too. Not in California.
Not here.
But North Carolina mountains, South Carolina mountains. Well, just make sure it's not humid.
Anywhere that's not humid and not near a major city. You can find that. Because fucking...
Honestly, it felt nice in the middle of the fucking Arizona desert when you and I went for Area 51. Super clear.
Nighttime?
Yeah, super chill. Very open, very breathable.
Oh, I remember how weirdly quiet it was at night out in the open desert. There's nothing to make a sound, and it sounds like you're in a sound booth because you can hear you can hear all the bass of your voice. It's almost like it's like bouncing off of like sound foam back at you.
Yeah, because there's nothing
for it to hit
create
and bounce
that
back.
Echo.
So it's just going.
Like in a valley when you go, "Hello," you know, it goes down there and bounces off everything.
All the walls. But in the desert, there's nothing. That was one of the coolest things I think about the desert was just how at nighttime how quiet it is. There's no bugs. There's no like anything.
There are bugs in the desert.
Well, yeah, but like they're not like crickets. It was just dead silent. It's kind of spooky in a way.
It was nice.
But it was very peaceful.
Do you think that's a UFO? Do you think that's a UFO?
Just went out and we were smoking cigarettes in the middle of the Nevada desert looking up. And I remember they were doing like red flag operations at Area 51 that week, which is when I think like the other country's air forces come in and do like training routines. And way up in the sky, there were all these like things flying around over Area 51, like weird colors. But they were definitely not like normal planes because they would go. So remember how fast some of them would go?
Yeah.
And when they would turn like almost like immediately around.
I think our boys just saw a UFO.
They wouldn't turn instantly, but remember how quickly some of them would just whip back around? I'm like, how did a plane turn that fast? I really want to go back there. Nevada's cool. I like Nevada a lot.
The Little Alien. That's where we stayed. We stayed in one of the RVs or
one of the trailers.
The shared trailers.
Oh, that was.
You don't get a trailer to yourself. Half of it's yours.
The other is like there was another couple staying with us, but I remember when that woman yelled at me in the diner.
What did you do?
I was just
trying. Fucking around with something.
No, we weren't fucking around with anything. We're sitting down, and I had the camcorder, and I was trying to get like a panning shot. Because the place was cool, and I wanted to put it in our Nevada like Area 51 vlog. And she goes, "Do you want to give me $30,000?" And I was like, "Excuse me?" She's like, "Do you want to give me $30,000? Then put the camera away. $30,000 to film here." And I was like, "Okay, cool."
Yeah. Go figure that The Little Alien is not actually about creating a fun time for people who just want to go goof off at Area 51 where a lot of fictitious alien shit happens, and then, you know, she'll just. I mean, what do we expect at a place that literally is? No, I take that back. She should have just been nice.
Well, a lot of people, like a lot of older generations, like boomers, have a weird thing with filming. You know, where it's more like taboo to be filming, right? Where I think our generation, everyone's fine with cameras, most people are fine with being filmed. Like I don't really care, but like a lot of people think that like if I'm filming on her property or something, like I owe her money, or there's gonna be legal repercussions of me doing that.
What if you're making a vacation video? You can't film in the little alien.
You better have 30 grand. You got 30 grand, Ryan, to give to her?
We should have just murdered her in cold blood and left her there.
I mean, that's a town of 24 people, dude. We could have easily walked over to that trailer.
They told us time and time again, if some y'all do anything, blah blah blah, it's gonna be if you get caught at the Area 51, they're gonna make you sit on your knees, and it's gonna take them 2 hours to go get the sheriff, and you're gonna be on your knees for all that time. It's like, okay, well, I mean, we're not gonna go break into a military base.
There are YouTubers I've seen that will do the thing where they'll like, remember where you go and it's like, do not cross this line. They'll be like, ooh, and just run straight into it. And it's like, no shit, you're gonna get arrested. It's a fucking military base with a sign that says "Do not enter."
Yeah,
it literally on the sign says what will happen.
They do that with any other military
Also,
base.
it says on the sign like that by crossing, they're permitted to use lethal force. So I'm like, I'm not gonna test that.
I know.
Like, if legally they can shoot me for crossing that line and they'll like get off scot-free, like legally doing that, I'm not gonna test it.
It must be good for the people at Area 51 because other military bases, there's no really like reason to like cross the line, so they probably actually get just real kooks crossing the line and stuff. But for this one, I feel like they're at least we were only dealing with like internet nerds crossing the line. We're not dealing with people who want to come in and shoot up a military base.
Well, you'd actually
Give us your secrets.
I'm gonna go get the alien sperm from the UFO base. I wonder what they have at Area 51.
Isn't it just an Air Force base that's just tests probably technology? That's
probably just a lot of weaponry shit, like very classified weapons stuff. But that's it.
I don't think it goes deeper than that. I honestly don't feel like we've ever had I don't think our government or any government has some sort of saucer. There's no way you could keep that a secret. No fucking way that could
I think it's possible
to keep that a secret. Keep a fucking saucer secret, man.
Have to kill all the people that know about it.
I guess we did keep an atomic bomb secret, so.
Which I'm surprised.
But that's something people couldn't even conceive of back then. They didn't understand it. Like, people know what a UFO is.
A UFO, if we had one, you know. Imagine if they had a UFO, they'd keep it secret and try to reverse engineer it to figure out like how it works. Because what I find interesting about UFOs is how many of the like sightings and characteristics across the world are the same, like the exact same thing, and that's what I find interesting about it. How they like will instantly disappear with no sound, or like instantly turn around, or
change direction suddenly.
Yeah, so I've always thought that's interesting. But maybe they're not aliens. Maybe there's extra dimensional beings.
Who knows, man?
Or they're us from the future. They're time travelers, and that's why they look humanoid. That's us down the evolution line.
It's just a fucking ride at future Disney World.
We're going to the past. Oh, look, they're taking pictures. Poof.
Yep.
It's possible. It's possible, you know?
Anything's possible. Actually, I remember I got in trouble with one of my friend's very Christian mothers one time because she was like, God can do anything. And then like as a kid, I was like, God can do anything? And she's like, yep. I'm like, could he make like a dragon appear from the sky and I could ride it? And she goes, okay, smart ass. And I was like, what? You said he could. I was legitimately like getting excited. I was like, so you're saying there's a possibility. I know it won't happen, but there's a possibility if God wanted to, he could make a dragon appear.
That was a crossroads in your Christian views, because from that moment, if she was like, yes, you would have been like, wow. And maybe today you'd be a priest because you fell so in love with God at that moment. But now she goes, okay, smart ass.
I think every Christian almost gatekeeps Christianity in their own special way. They all have their own, I can do this, but not that. I'm going to follow this of the faith, but not this. I'm going to read these books and yell their scriptures out, but I won't yell these scriptures out because it'll make me look bigoted and mean.
When God killed the gay people for having butt sex, or when the stuff about...
Actually, Matt, that's a story of good things happening, because that was a whole city filled with pedophiles, actually. Because they didn't have a name for pedophiles, so they were just boy lovers or little boy lovers. So when they said gay people, it was just all a bunch of pedophiles. So it was a good thing.
Okay.
That's the turn that they're trying to make, I guess. Yeah. Do you notice as time goes on, there's different things that people have to,
The justifications.
say.
Well, it's like my thing is, how do you justify the things in the Bible where it's talking about like owning slaves and then like if it escapes, like cut its hand off, or like if like your woman lies to you, like you can cut her hand off, like that kind of stuff. It's like
That's why religion should be kept to yourself. It's just like it is.
You shouldn't enforce
it's
your
more
rules
of
on
a
anyone
personal
else.
thing. Spirituality, right? I mean, like I have no problem with that. I just my problem comes when people start to kind of
force it.
brainwash other, like, I don't know.
When it starts affecting other people's lives that aren't a part of that religion, right?
Or if you use it to kind of mentally abuse a child
or further an agenda, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm all for spirituality, like having a personal connection to God, whatever you perceive as God.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
Nobody's right in life. We're all just finding our own way. But you don't need to be chastising people for not believing in a book that has some laughable instances of non-science. So
You're telling me that the 14-year-old girl getting pregnant without having sex and giving birth to the Messiah is not scientific?
Son of God, who is also God, but not really God.
And there's that third bro, the Holy Spirit. He's just chilling. He's like, yeah.
They're all the same thing.
Who's the Holy Spirit? Does he have his own persona like Jesus has his own persona?
Thought about it like when I remember being confused about this when I was a little youth boy, when I went to youth group. And it was more like God, God's the Father. He looks down and is judging everyone because he's a petty little man.
Bad.
Yeah. Or
Sex bad. I love it when Westboro Baptist says F-slur and protests dead people.
Yes.
It makes me so joyous and happy.
Dead soldier.
then there's Jesus, who's all about supposed to be the connection of not the higher being, but the human being.
Hey y'all, it's Jesus.
So we can connect with Jesus more. And the Holy Spirit is within all of us. It's our conscience. It's that thing that resides in everyone, their soul.
Is the Holy Spirit like the soul, like the energy?
The energy, Yeah.
Hey
I would say
guys,
it's
sorry
the
my
energy.
dad's a little rude sometimes, but yeah, don't listen to him. He's being
Here,
silly.
just let me give you some Holy Spirit.
Did Jesus have wet dreams, you think?
Yeah, he had a penis and balls and nipples. And no, he didn't have he did have a belly button.
Regardless of how religious you are, you cannot deny the fact that Jesus had a penis, 2 nuts, and nipples.
And a butthole. That smelled like a butthole.
Feces.
Yeah.
Jesus had nuts at a nutsack.
farted,
He had a
burped.
foreskin. He got
Jesus,
hard. He woke up in the morning
Jesus would get erect when he looked at a woman that attracted him. I know people are like, he would never, but sorry, it's involuntary. It's involuntary.
He's man.
He had to go through puberty at some point.
You know how us fellas be, right, Ryan? You
Yeah.
know how us fellas, we see a hot girl,
Exactly.
right? Yeah. Right.